Deva means always looking for God outside. In Telugu, Devulatam means searching constantly. From the word Devulatam came the word Deva, means searching constantly for God outside. This is Deva. Therefore, you start with devotion, educate, values, awareness. But when you start searching for God inside, then it is Veda. Because you shall have the inner vision, which starts with values, then educate, then devotion, then awareness. When we start looking for God inside, I said the senses have to be turned from outside to inside. And what are the senses?
The five senses are touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing.
Very good. Now you see? Now, he said taste, because food is important. What is the other function?
Talking.
Very good. So, the tongue is only one, but it has two jobs. Ears are two, but only one job. Eyes are two, only one job. Ears are two, only one job. This is one, but two jobs. So why God has made these two jobs is, you have to watch what you eat, you have to watch what you speak. Therefore, this context of senses going inside is internet. What do you have to see inside? What do you have to hear inside? What do you have to feel inside? What do you have to smell inside? What do you have to speak of inside? What do you have to taste inside? Now you see, when we connect to this aspect, then you are no longer searching for God. We shall realize God is here and now, in our seeing, in our hearing, in our feeling, in our smelling, as well as in our tasting. And this context of connecting to this is very beautifully described in a poem. పరిచయ That's all the energy, huh? Hello. After all that, all these people in the back sitting and not singing, I notice who exactly know who is not singing also. That is the whole point I started with. If you can't sing the name of the God, no internet, only internet. You have to connect to the God inside. You have to sing the name of the God. Constantly chant the name of God. You may ask the question, what happens if I don't? I want to meditate. Yeah? You see, in Sai Center, people come, bhajans are going on, they are meditating. And they are supposed to meditate, they are talking to each other. When you are supposed to sing the name of the God, you should not meditate. Because singing the name of the God is also meditation. In fact, it is the most supreme meditation. When you are singing this, Govinda, 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 do you think any thought is coming into the head? Are you worried about who is posting on Facebook? Are you worried about what's coming in WhatsApp? None of the distractions exist when you are connected to the name of the God. Therefore, if you lost the opportunity to sing before, I will give you one more day. Govinda, Govinda, raise your hands. Hello. When you say Govinda, you raise your hands like that. Apadamukravada, Dr.Shekhar, Govinda. Vaddikasalavada, Venkatramana, Govinda. Hey, not like this. Like that. I will tell you why it is important to do that. It's not some religious fanatism with which I am asking you to do that. There is a supreme significance in doing that. The word Govinda, what does that mean? The word Gopala, what does that mean? When you understand what Govinda means, what Gopala means, your mind cannot but stop chanting those names, period. And that Govinda means, Go means your own self-conscience. Vinda means the one who helps you know that. Govinda means the one who helps you know yourself. And Gopala means the one who protects. Gopala means one who protects your conscience. Please raise your hand who doesn't want to know yourself. Oh, that looks like anonymously. Everybody wants to know themselves. Very good. We have a good start for the satsang now. Who doesn't want to know themselves? There is nobody that exists. Who wants happiness? Raise their hand. Oh, everybody wants happiness. A few did not raise their hand. I'm curious. It's a trick question. What? You already have it. Yeah, beautiful. You see? If I say who is hungry, then people will raise their hand because they want food, right? Only if you are hungry, you need food. Those who don't have happiness want happiness. So who are not already happy need happiness. Those that are happy don't need happiness. Because happiness is not something that you go buy in a marketplace like food, no? Happiness is here and now. Therefore, Bhagavan says, be happy. He didn't say, go get happiness. He didn't say, go get happiness. He said, be happy, be happy. Be happy, you know. I'll tell you a small story that Swami told once to the students, very beautiful story. A small kitten, you know, like, I've been very fond of cats now because ever since I come to Sudhakar's place, I fall in love with that kitappa, you know, the kitty guy. So, these cats are very unique. They go around trying to catch their own tail and they're circling around. Have you seen the kitten doing that, little cats? They go around circling, trying to catch their own tail. And the mother started watching this kitty and said, "Hey kitty, what are you doing?" "Oh, I went to the school today. My teacher told me happiness is in the tail. So I'm trying to find it." And the mother said, "My teacher also told me the same thing. I started walking straight, now it follows me." So be happy means first to be. Once you are the being, happiness follows it like a tail. And to be happy, you have to absolutely turn the senses inside. When the senses are constantly turned outside, it is trying to find happiness outside. But happiness is not outside. Happiness is inside. Now this poem that I sang, "Nee padyavalu alakinchu chevulunu." So in order for this happiness to be seen inside, to be felt inside, to be heard inside, and to be tasted inside, you have to turn your ears to learn, to listen to the stories of God. Your eyes to constantly see the form of the God. Your hands incessantly work for the sublime mission of the God. Your breath tuned in with the name of the God. And you constantly feel the love of the God. Did I miss anything? Huh? Taste. You constantly speak the glory of the God. And you taste the sweetness of the name of the God. Yes, the only story is His glory. The only glory is His story. And therefore, when you contemplate on the glory of the God, which is the story of the God, and that story of the God and the glory of the God, you are listening to the stories and the glory of the God. You are speaking the glories and the stories of the God. You are seeing constantly the form of the God. You are, however, feeling the love of the God. Your hands are incessantly doing the work of the God. Then what happens? Then what happens? You are God? Please go sit in the chair. You are not. You are happy. You are one with God. You are not God yet. Hello. Don't fall into the trap that I am God, there is no one, but that is not in expression. The moment you say I am God, you lost it. You are not God. Because I am God is not an expression. I am God is an experience that cannot be expressed. You understand? Which is the I that is saying I am God? Which I is saying I am God? When you know which I is saying I am God, you will know that. The moment you express it, you know you are not that. You understand? It's a little bit philosophical. I hope I'm not turning off the kids now. It is not an expression. I am God is not an expression. I am God is an experience that can never be expressed. Therefore, when you speak the stories of the God, when you listen to the stories of God, when you see the form of the God, when you feel the love of the God, your hands are constantly doing the work of the God. Who are you? I started with be happy. You are happy. You are happy because there is nothing else about you now. All your senses are about God. When the senses are about God, then you are one with God. And therefore, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba defined happiness as union with God. How many of you know the Lord's Prayer? Yes. Someone chant in the mic. Brother, come chant in the mic. Lord's Prayer. Please come. No, that brother there. Yes.
Chant?
Yeah, you say, yes.
Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Our Lord who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. What did it say? So Jesus said, thy name is the most powerful. Hallowed be thy name. Once you start saying his name, then what happens? Thy kingdom come. You are not going to go to the kingdom. This experience of God is not an after-death experience. That's what Jesus is saying. The kingdom of heaven is not after death. The kingdom of heaven is right here and now. Thy kingdom come. With what? Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Once his kingdom comes, what happens? Thy will be done. Thy will be done. Where? On earth. As it is in heaven. This prayer to me is so dear. This prayer is so touching to me. Every time I say this prayer, the entire key to how to experience God here and now is given by Jesus, the Christ, to the entire humanity. On earth as it is in heaven. Now you see the human aspect, how Jesus touches. The teachings of Jesus, the Christ, are so practical and pragmatic that they can be experienced here and now. Give us our bread. Let us have our food. Let us have our shelter. Because who is giving it? He is giving it. That's the blessing of God. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this bread, give us our bread this holy day, and forgive us for our trespasses. Because in getting this food, we do so many atrocious things. We say things that we should not be saying. We do things that we should not be doing. We think things that we should not be thinking. Why? Because getting this bread, you have to do all these things. Forgive us for our trespasses. In getting this bread, my Lord, I may have done so many things that I should not have done. So please forgive me for my trespasses. Not only that, forgive those trespasses just like do unto others as they do unto you. The golden rule Jesus the Christ is giving here. As we forgive those who trespass against us. And now you see, lead us not into temptations like Facebook. Because this is a disease, I was telling the kids last night. There is a disease that everybody has called a cell phone. And this cell phone constantly distracts the mind away from yourself, if you noticed it or not. If you noticed it or not. Constantly distracting us. And lead us not into temptation. What's the next sentence? But deliver us from evil. Oh, beautiful. What is evil? What is evil, boys? Come on. What is evil? And I tell you, for a long time, I did not understand this sentence. But deliver us from evil. And I didn't understand what is the evil, what is actually evil, how do we define evil in our life. And then I met this beautiful soul that had studied all the religions his entire life. And one of the epitome of essence of many religions by name Houston Smith. And this Houston Smith was the professor of theology in Berkeley, University of Berkeley, for a number of years. And I had the opportunity to meet with him when he was 90 years old. in Berkeley. And I asked Professor Smith, I want to understand evil. What is the Lord referring to in the prayer as the evil? How do we understand what evil is? You know what this man did? He just went into meditation for at least 3-4 minutes. He didn't even open his mouth. And he said, you come from India, right? I said, yes. Have you heard of Ramakrishna Mutt? I said, yes. I was raised in Ramakrishna Mission. It's called Vedanta Society in the West. And then he said, I did not understand the meaning of evil until I went to Vedanta Society in St. Louis, Missouri. I went to St. Louis, Missouri on a Vedanta Society on a Christmas Eve. And there's this beautiful Swamiji by name Swami Svaprakashananda, who was on that evening of the Christmas, eve of Christmas, was doing a mass. And he started talking about the love of Jesus. And then he said, he understood what evil meant on that day. I said, okay, thank you for all that preamble. Can you tell me what is evil? And what he said as evil totally shook me to my core. He said, evil is judgment of others. The moment you judge others, then you have done evil. I am holier than thou is the greatest evil. Looking that spirituality should be applied only to the neighbor and not to yourself. How come that fellow is like that? How come this fellow is like this? How come they are doing all these mistakes? This constant judgment of others is the evil. But deliver us from the evil. Now, the formula how you not judge others is given in the next sentence. So how do you not judge others? For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. In the glory of God, everyone is created equal and powerful, just as the spark of the divinity. And this is what Krishna said as Mama Ivamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. The spark of divinity of mine is present in each and every individual. And therefore, you should not judge anyone because all are divine and therefore created equal and divine. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. What a beautiful prayer. Every one of us should chant this prayer. Every morning and evening when you wake up and before you go to bed. Then you shall understand the power of feeling the presence of the glory of the God here and now. Now we are all wondering what is Shekhar doing Sunday morning mass now. Yeah, this is Sunday morning, we have to talk about Jesus the Christ. The point I am trying to make is every one of these avatars, their only mission and the only mission is to transform this individual self to the divine, knowing that this self is the divine self. And therefore a Rama came, therefore a Krishna came, therefore a Sai came. And their life and their message, their life is their message. And when you started looking at the life of Krishna, the life of Shirdi Sai, the life of Satya